Hi, my name is Christina, and today I will be presenting the key findings I learned in this course, including making recommendations to my company's leadership team. Human resources plays an important role in an organization in acquiring, developing, training, and leveraging human capital. People are the most valuable asset to a company, and ensuring they are effectively managed and nurtured is essential for its success. In acquiring, selecting the right candidates for a job is never perfect, and there is always room for improvement. With effective application tools and selection methods, we're able to ensure we find the best candidates that fit the job skills and needs of the company. Employees with the right skills will perform better and feel more motivated to work for the organization. Currently, many companies use online job search platforms to open up positions with detailed and specific job descriptions. The platforms also filter out candidates that do not fit the job description, narrowing it down to the ones that do. Even though this process makes it easier for HR reps, the electronic route can incorrectly filter out candidates that might have the right qualifications for the job, but were filtered out due to certain job keywords that were left out. Hiring reps can also send out tests to determine the skills and knowledge the candidates currently possess that relate to the job role. This is another layer that narrows down the qualifying candidates. We then move on to the interview process, where interviews are conducted. For the company I work for, we conduct 2 interviews virtually since we are a remote company. Individuals have put a high value on working remotely since they have more flexibility, making recruitment for companies easier. In developing the employees, we need to help them perform their best with a robust onboarding process. The formal onboarding process usually includes an orientation and job role training. At my company, for example, everything is done through virtual meeting rooms because we work remotely. The first day of orientation usually provides an overview of our mission, values, policies, and procedures. It also teaches the new employee the job function and overview of day in and day out. The informal part of onboarding can include a part where the new employee is partnered with a senior to guide them through the role and also create a relationship within their new team. This also helps create a connection since the role is remote. It is difficult to create those work relationships in the example of my company. One recommendation I think is important to have is creating a resource hub with access to all the policies, procedures, and training materials so new employees can refer back to any information. New employees receive a lot of info and sometimes they might forget it. Another recommendation is to continue the onboarding process even after the new employees out of training by socializing with them to meet other teammates. According to Carucci, he states that the most effective organizations onboard new hires for the duration of the first year. Once hired, it's important for the company to provide continuing training and development programs. To determine those, we need to calculate the organization to ensure effective training processes are developed. Since we moved to remote working completely, there has been a lack of growth from within the employees and a decrease in employee morale. This might be due to not being able to work along others who had the same motivation to move up in the company. Employees do not see what's going on behind the scenes or socialize with others to see the growth opportunities. For training employees, I think a leadership development training will be helpful in many different industries. This training will help develop leadership skills among the existing employees and prepare them for higher roles within the company. It also gives them motivation that they can get into a leadership position. The training will encompass many leadership qualities like communication, decision-making, conflict resolution, and strategic thinking. This training will align with the organization's goals as it will focus on identifying and nurturing employees. It also promotes the company's desired organizational culture because employees who are trained in the values and principles are more likely open to staying within the company. To determine the training's effectiveness, managers can assess the employees' improvements in leadership competencies and gather feedback through surveys of the training's usefulness to their role and goals. Employees are a valuable asset to an organization, and we must leverage our human capital. They play an important role when it comes to shaping the company's culture, performance, and success. As leaders, we should focus on appropriately developing and motivating our employees to ensure we retain them and provide a competitive edge to recruit skilled prospective employees. Identifying an employee's strengths and skills to leverage their performance can be done with yearly performance evaluations, where managers can assess an employee's strengths and areas of improvement. Managers can also add a well-rounded feedback method. Feedback can be collected from coworkers, supervisors, and even clients to get different perspectives and identify skills that may not be obvious. Feedback is an opportunity to have an open dialogue about expectations and individual development, and should not only be associated with negativity. To leverage diversity and improve performance outcomes based on employees' current strengths, cross-functional teams can be formed to bring together employees from different teams. These employees will have diverse backgrounds, skills, knowledge, and perspectives. By assigning projects and tasks that require collaboration, companies can improve performance and encourage innovation. Cross-functional teams can be composed of individuals with diverse backgrounds and experiences relevant to the project's goals. Employees can come from departments such as marketing, finance, operations, sales, HR, and more, depending on the project. This will break down departmental silos, promoting better communication and collaboration across the organization. It will also make for faster decision-making since there's a diverse set of skills and expertise available. Ultimately, cross-functional teams will lead to improved performance, innovation, and collaboration for our employees. Establishing employee resource groups or affinity networks that allow employees to connect based on shared interests or backgrounds can improve performance by leveraging the diverse group of employees. These groups can contribute to diversity and inclusion efforts by providing support and fostering a sense of belonging. These groups can be voluntary, employee-led groups that bring together individuals who share a common identity, background, or interest. Examples include women's networks, LGBTQ groups, veterans networks, professional development networks, and hobby clubs. These groups have a variety of benefits for both employees and the organization. Groups can foster inclusion by creating a sense of belonging for members who may otherwise feel isolated or underrepresented in their workplace. They also offer employees the chance to connect, share experiences, and provide mutual support. Some groups also focus on career development, mentoring, and skill building, which can leverage those skills for the success of the company and can contribute to business goals by promoting diversity, improving employee engagement, and enhancing the company's reputation as an inclusive employer. Developing and integrating HR roles within an organization is important for fostering a positive and accepting workplace culture. Leaders can start by assessing the existing HR roles, responsibilities, and capabilities while also identifying any areas of improvement. Leaders can then define the roles and expectations for each HR position. This will ensure the HR employee are effectively contributing to the employees' and company success. Companies can also implement a robust training and developmental program specifically for the HR professionals so they can gain access to programs, workshops, and conferences to keep them updated on best practices. Part of the proposed plan will be to ensure the HR roles are aligned with organizational goals and values and regularly communicate HR's contributions to the overall success of the company. Finally, leaders need to highlight the focus on an employee-centric approach within the HR roles, which includes employee engagement, well-being, and career development. This will encourage HR employees to be more accessible and responsive to the employees' needs. To promote Christian worldview principles within these HR roles, we need to incorporate and practice Christian values, including fairness, honesty, and compassion. We can begin by identifying the specific Christian worldview principles that are relevant and important to our organization. Then we can review our existing HR policies, procedures, and practices to identify areas where the incorporation of Christian principles can enhance the workplace culture. We can also encourage our HR staff to approach their work with a strong and ethical framework that is guided by Christian principles. This approach can also create a space for open dialogue and respectful discussions without imposing beliefs on others. My recommendations to help leadership make sound decisions when acquiring, developing, and leveraging resources is to develop a strategic workforce plan that aligns with our organization's goals and objectives by identifying our existing staff and future staff needs. We also need to prioritize diversity and inclusion in the recruitment process to attract a wide variety of candidates suitable for our company's success. In addition, we need to invest in ongoing training and development programs for our employees so they can enhance their skills and remain motivated. This approach also promotes employee engagement to hopefully retain our existing talent while also providing opportunities within the company. Applying the knowledge gained from my HR course into my organization is essential for staying current, contributing to the company's success, and advancing my career. I will commit to continuous learning by staying up to date on the latest in regulations and best practices by attending seminars or workshops related to the industry. I will also work to expand my professional network within the HR community by participating in HR-related organizations and building those relationships which can provide me with valuable insight and support. Finally, because we are a remote company, I will encourage the development of leadership programs to enhance our workforce's leadership skills while building relationships within our organization. This will also include participation in cross-functional teams and promote employee engagement. Here are my reference, and thank you so much for your time and for listening.